Hey, what's up guys? It's your second favorite PE teacher, Denver, and get ready to master sniping in 10 minutes for Fortnite Battle Royale. You've seen Dakotaz land some nasty snipes. You've seen Ninja plink people from almost 300 meters away. You might have even seen that myth 360 no-scope while dropping to the ground from above for the victory. But for some reason, you still can't seem to land those snipes you need to get kills or even win the game. But do not worry, in 10 minutes you will master sniping for Xbox, PS4, and even PC and get started on ending those fights before they even begin. Before we get started, hit like and subscribe right now. And if you want the newest skins, the newest dances, the gliders, the pickaxes, but you can't ever seem to get V-Bucks, go check out PlayVig right now. It's the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. You get free V-Bucks, and all you have to do is play Fortnite and watch a quick ad before each game. It's not even just for V-Bucks. You actually can just earn real money. You can spend it on anything you want. You just hit up a couple easy quests, you post scores on the leaderboards, get in, get signed up quick, and what's cool is you don't even have to win to get V-Bucks. Even top 50, top 10 get you V-Bucks, but yes, a huge bonus if you win for you pro players out there. So if free V-Bucks sounds awesome to you, and it should, click that link in the description right now. Thank you so much to my friends at PlayVig for letting me show you guys off and for bringing us this video. Let's get started. Number one, the first and most important thing you will ever do with sniping is let those shots off. When learning, do not be afraid to fail, because through failure and missing those shots, you are going to get really good. Make sure you pay attention to why you are failing, and you'll get better with every single shot. If you ever watch my streams, I'll repeat this over and over. Let off shots. Let off shots, because you never know which ones will land and get you either an instant kill with a headshot, or maybe knock their entire shield off with a body shot and give you the chance to jump over to them or rush their base. It doesn't matter if you're 5 meters or 300 meters away. Send out at least one shot. If you miss, so what? Think about what you're losing. You made some noise. All right, true. You exposed yourself to other snipers for a split second. And I mean, what else? You used one large ammo, but what you gain from landing a shot is massive and will win you fights, and yes, even games. If I wasn't as good as I am at sniping, I'd say I probably have about 50 to 100 less wins than I have now. I don't care if somebody's close to me or even right in front of me. It takes a second to shoot a single shot. Preferably through the scope, but no scopes are pretty sweet too. And then switch to your AR or shotgun. Yeah, maybe that 1 second it takes is the reason you die, but 999 out of 1,000 times, that first shot from your sniper won't hurt you at all, and most of the times it will help you win that battle. Plus, you aren't going to get those long 300-meter shots either if you don't just go for it. There isn't a pro out there that lands every long shot, no matter how good they are, but they shoot anyway. They don't care if they're streaming. They don't care if 100,000 people are watching. Ninja will still miss snipes all the time, but again, there's like no cost to it besides making some noise. Watch any pro miss a snipe. They'll correct themselves, they'll learn from that miss, and then they'll usually hit their target within 3 shots if they have the time. They're learning the patterns of their target. They're learning at what frequency and location of when the target pops their little head up out from cover. But also, they're mastering that bullet drop, which I'll teach you how to master in just a second. But everything I'll teach you in this vid, and just in Fortnite overall, comes down to you not being afraid to shoot and miss. What was that Wayne Gretzky quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So don't listen to me, listen to the greatest hockey player we've ever seen. Don't even let it phase you. Who cares? Like I always told my 4th graders when they were trying to get an answer to like a math question when they were first learning it, what's the worst that can happen? You get it wrong, so what? Take your chance and then learn from your mistakes. Next up, number 2 is mastering the most difficult part of sniping, and that's bullet drop. How high you aim on your target obviously depends on how far away you are, but what is a super quick way to tell how high you should have your crosshair above your target? My buddy and crazy high pro player Lou90 has an amazing video on this where he goes really in depth. If you want to check him out, go do it now. And the simple thing to know though is that each tick mark on the scope is 125 meters. Okay, so if a target is 125 meters away, you would just put the first tick mark on them, usually their head. The next tick mark is 250, and then it just goes up 125 meters every single tick mark. So knowing that, the first 2 tick marks are pretty much all you're ever going to need outside of 300 meters. You usually can't even see your target anymore since they don't render in. Now, I probably don't need to tell you, you don't usually have time to sit there and look at white squares and measure the distance. You just don't, which is why number 1 is so important. Here's what will happen if you keep letting off those shots, and this is the pro tip and how you will know if you're mastering sniping. You will start to pay attention to how big the character model is, and before you even consciously think about the distance, before you make any kind of calculation with white squares or tick marks, you will already have your scope right where it needs to be, or at least close enough to where your shot might land. Again, this is about chances and if you can land that shot. Console players, little shout out to you guys. I know it's a lot harder for you since a mouse can be so precise, but there's some seriously good console players like Nick Merckx that can probably outsnipe me on a controller, so it's 100% possible. It means you have no excuse not to be as good as him with some practice. Now, number 3, leading a moving target. There is no trick here. There's no tick marks. There's no little trick in the scope. This one is just trial and error shooting and hoping it lands. The way I land moving shots on so many targets, even super far out, is based purely on how big the character model is in my scope. If they're big, like very close to you, this actually took me the longest to learn, but putting it right in front of them is enough. There isn't even a measurement to help you out on this one, but something like the size of one character's head in front of them will work for close targets. At first, you might miss close targets on the move right in front of you more often than long-range movers because you try to compensate for that movement, so you put it a little too far ahead, but again, keep it pretty close to them. Sometimes you can even aim right at the front of them, and it's almost an instant traveling bullet and hit, so don't try to overdo it. The longer range shots will put your crosshair even 3 or 4 character models in front of them sometimes. Remember, do not be afraid to miss these because you will. It's going to happen. And even the best players in the entire world miss these shots all the time. It's all about the chance of hitting this shot, because if you do end up landing it, hopefully you, but maybe even another player has a good opportunity of bringing your target down, meaning you're one step closer towards a victory royale. Number 4, super important, and some of you guys still forget this, but do not ever, never, ever stand still. Like 80% of my snipes come from targets that stand still. Not moving is the quickest way to die in this game. I don't care if you are sniping or not, do not stand still. So future master snipers watching this, wait for a target to stand still, get that insta headshot. They might be moving for a sec, that's all right. They might be shooting an AR or hopping around with their shotgun. Just give it a second or two longer and wait for them to stand still. Then let that shot off. It's crazy how many people stand still when shooting their snipers or ARs. You can shoot as many bullets as you want at me, but if you're standing still, I don't care if I get hit by a bullet or two of yours, I can end our fight in one single shot. All right, let's see what I did right or wrong in these clips. Welcome to the live part of the show. I haven't done this before, so I hope this works out, and I hope you guys really enjoy this. If so, let me know down in the comments below, and I could definitely do more like this for you guys. So just to set the scene here, I'm just running the circle as usual. I see a guy up here. I heard him take a couple shots, and I think he takes another shot right here. So I know exactly where this guy is at, but also keep in mind this guy is looking at someone and shooting at someone that I know is off to my left over here. One of the first things, or one of the last things I just said was never stand still. This guy just stops, doesn't build anything around him, has no cover at all. Quick kill, no problem at all. As I look over to the right, I send a shot out. Like I say, always send a shot out, because this shot, I don't know if you saw how close it was. Watch how close it is to this guy's head. Oh man, here, let me go back just a couple frames. Look at that. It was so close. If I would have hit that, this fight would have been over. No biggie. I grab all this guy's stuff, and then let's skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to run into this pink bear. I see this guy. I built a little structure. He sees me. I did see him running, and I threw another shot out there, and it like barely missed him. See, here it is. Ooh, just throw it out there. He twitched. It was just lucky on his part just to cut to the right. He didn't know where I was. He didn't know I was going to shoot at him. But either way, if I would have hit him, this fight would be a lot easier. So he sees me. He's a pretty good builder. Builds up a double wall, double ramp. I do hit him in the head with a lucky AR shot, and I say lucky just because I pulled it out and just start firing, because again, just like sniping, you never know what's going to land and what doesn't, and it was at no cost there to me just to let some out. He's launching some grenades. I back up a little bit. See, now he starts moving. He leaves his base. He tries to pursue me. Not always the smartest thing. I take one little leap to the right, get a great angle on this guy. It was perfect. I just couldn't land any shots. You can see he's a quick builder. At least he knows a little bit about what he's doing. One of the biggest mistakes he makes here, and this is just overall combat fighting is not one time does he ever try to reclaim the high ground, and in fact, he actually leaves the high ground up here and comes down to lower ground right below me. So he moves up even closer. I don't know why he's doing this. He feels super brave. I throw some AR shots out there, doesn't land, no biggie. He returns fire. So here's what I do. I've got him stuck behind a rock. I've got the higher ground. This is my fight to win. If I mess this up, it's really bad on me. And just like that, the fight is over. Now this guy was a decent player. You can see, I think he fought somebody way up here. He was a quick enough builder that I couldn't just get an easy kill on him. He knew what he was doing, but he did that one fatal mistake, and that was sitting still. Go click that PlayVig link in my pinned comment or in the description below right now and get those free V-Bucks, or like I said, they just pay you straight money for watching a quick ad, doing some quests. You can spend it on literally anything you want. Hit like and subscribe and that notification bell. And thank you guys so much for watching. Get ready for the next big video, Master Building in 10 minutes. Go make your day great, and I'll see you guys in the next one.